I want to start by saying thank you, God, for waking me up and giving me the ability to turn wrenches today. We're on to day 5 of reassembling my EG Honda Civic, starting with pulling the loose, bulky parts out of the cab, so I'll have plenty of room to move about and, position the camera where I want it. Then I go on to the trunk to do a bit of digging. Got to move some welding leads and then fenders that I have for an Accord. Find some seat belts that I got stored in a crate. Starting with the driver's side, I hang the main housing of the rear seat belt by the bottom bolt, leaving it loose so that I can align the upper part of the bracket of the housing, after which I briefly make sure that I got all the bolts that are all the same length and all that. I hand thread it and then send it home, and then I tighten the lower part, then moving on to the upper seatbelt guide, which has washers and spacers to reach through and hold the plastic panel. I tightened it down, and I was kind of lost as to where the lower securement point was, so I moved the bracket around, got eyes behind it, and then tried to thread the bolt in, which didn't happen. Then I spotted the location and sent the bolt to its new home. After that small moment, I finished up the driver's side by installing the bracket that holds the seatbelt in the proper position off the plastic with two small bolts that feed through the plastic bag that the seatbelt housing is in. So I tighten it down and snap on the beauty cover for the upper guide. Yep, there it is. Now onto the passenger rear seat belt. I got to get a little closer before hand starting the lower bolt as well as the upper with my other hand. And then I move upwards to the guide, hand thread it into place. And then I went ahead and tightened the upper, broke it loose again. Then I tightened the lower, moved the plastic around a little bit, and then I finished off the upper. Then I tightened the upper guide belt, pulled down on the belt to the lower securement point, hand started, and then tightened it in place. And then I do the retainer bracket there, which I had some trouble with one of the bolts not wanting to go past the first few threads. So I was there a little longer, but whatever. Not the best of view. Eventually I just kind of switched it to the front hole instead of the back bolt hole, and it went to place, so that's cool. But hey, it all works out. Eventually, once the plastic gets aligned and I can actually thread it in there, kind of a weird situation, I tighten it all down, and I thank you kindly for watching. Stick with me. We got some more to watch and do.